Welcome to Brooklyn on the Bench, the ultimate entertainment show where justice meets entertainment. I'm your host, Brooklyn, your fair and impartial judge ready to preside over the most captivating cases brought here before me. Joining me in the courtroom are the defendants and their formidable lawyers. We delve into the drama, intrigue, and occasional comedy of the legal world. So sit back, grab your gavel, and get ready for a thrilling ride through the halls of justice, right here on Brooklyn on the Bench. Today we will be hearing the case of Houchin versus Thorne, a case involving two star-crossed lovers who have fallen apart. Due to their split, an alleged brutal prank war has broken out. We now go to the attorneys. Representing Mr. Houchin is Aidan Mortensen, founder and sole employee of Mortensen, and Mortensen. He received his degree from the University of Phoenix online. Representing Mr. Thorne, Cormac Bone, making his debut as a lawyer, he received his degree from Sand Springs Elementary. We will begin with the opening statements from our defendant and prosecution. The defense will go first.
Thank you, Your Honor. As you heard from my glorious introduction, I'm Aidan Mortensen, discount lawyer, part-time rabbi, full-time lawyer, hit owner of the commercial for Mortensen. Let's see that commercial right now.
Do you have trouble with the law? Whether it be drunk driving, tax fraud, or murder, the law firm of Mortensen and Mortensen has you covered. Call 555-LEGAL to have your case heard. Again, that's 555-LEGAL to have your case reviewed by our stellar one-man team.
Now, looking at the facts of this case, my client, Mr. Houchin, has been slandered, nay, harmed irreversibly by the accusations brought by Mr. Thorne. Now, Honorable Judge Brooklyn, I ask you this. In America, we have the right to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And at least two of these things have been taken away from my client, Mr. Houchin. Now, Mr. Thorne, going back to those baseless accusations you have made, what exactly occurred allegedly for these things?
Well, primarily, about 2 weeks ago, I returned back from work. You see, I'm a door dasher. And I had an early morning class, so I decided to get some rest. When I awoke in the morning to go to my early morning class, I found bologna scattered about, frozen on top of my car.
On top of your car. Now, we go to our courtroom sketch artist's rendering of a car. Now, Mr. Thorne, where on this car, allegedly, was this bologna?
Well, there was a single piece on each of the rear view mirrors, prohibiting me from seeing. There was two pieces on the front windshield and one on the back. There were multiple pieces scattered about on top, and at least one piece on each of the wheels surrounding the car.
Now, the idea of bologna objectively is pretty funny. I will give the alleged prankster that. But I have evidence, damning evidence, that my client, Mr. Houchin, is in fact a vegan. And as a practicing vegan, he does not buy meat. He refuses to touch meat on moral and religious grounds. My client would never do such a thing, such as to put bologna on this car. In fact, I'd say this whole case is baloney. Now, Mr. Thorne, what else allegedly occurred with my defendant?
Well, about a week later, after I returned home from door dashing, I found my front door to be unlocked and footprints leading down to my bedroom. When I entered my bedroom, I saw a large traffic cone that had been placed in my bed after a rainstorm.
Large traffic cone placed on his bed.
It was laid down.
Laid down?
To cover more area of the bed.
Now, traffic cones, doing some research on the matter, weigh typically about 5 pounds. Now, what was stopping you from simply removing this traffic cone from your bed?
There was nothing wrong with removing it. It was an act of taunting.
An act of taunting from who?
Well, from my former lover.
Now, what evidence do you have that my client, Mr. Houchin, did this?
Objection, Your Honor. We're not there yet.
Sustained.
Poppycock. Anyway, you're impeding not only on his right to pursue happiness, but his First Amendment rights as an American citizen. The best nation on earth. Am I right? Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen, cameraman? No? Amen. Yes! Yes, we can! And this country is the greatest in the world because people like Mr. Houchin can prove their innocence in a court of law. And I stand by that my client, Mr. Houchin, is innocent! I rest my case.
And now the prosecution.
Your Honor, my client, Mr. Thorne, is allotted the same rights argued by our lovely defendant here. While all his drawings may here have demonstrated a silly image, it is the case that my defendant, my client here, is absolutely innocent. He has done nothing wrong. He has simply been the victim to a one Mr. Houchin, here giving us all sorts of poor citizenship, really.
Objection, Your Honor. What kind of kangaroo court are you running where he can come in and slander my defendant?
Your Honor, I think your court is lovely.
Thank you.
No!
So there you have it. We have a pair of citizens here doing their worst.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance. Only one citizen was doing his worst. Fifth. I want that struck from the record.
It can be struck from the record.
Ah,
Continue.
you're really going to strike that from the record.
She already said no takesy backsies.
No takesy backsies. Go ahead.
So, well, my client here, a DoorDasher, one providing for this lovely Cedar City community, one doing his best, starting his new college career, here playing his music, doing his lessons, doing his homework. I plead that he has been impeded in his own right to the pursuit of happiness, to the pursuit of knowledge, to the pursuit of citizenship, to the pursuit of being in a town he loves and serving the people he loves.
Objection, Your Honor. I'd like to argue that bringing McDonald's to someone's doorstep isn't necessarily the highest form of service. I'd like to argue that is stealing valor from our military operations overseas.
I ignore you because I think that is a very, very admirable occupation.
And DoorDashing in the military.
Amen. Continue.
Your Honor, it seems that you yourself have utilized DoorDash
I have.
as you speak. So, apologies for the assumption. Now, I rest my case that we have a very fine citizen here who has been impeded in his own right to the pursuit of happiness, to the pursuit of his income. One cannot legally drive with a windshield impeded. Thank you very much.
Thank you for those opening statements. We will now take a brief recess for our lawyers to prepare their arguments.
Oh, hey, bud.
Oh.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
It's a school night. With Gary and Todd?
Yeah?
Not sure about those two. I've been meaning to ask you. This is tougher than I thought. Is there any drinking going on in this crowd?
No?
I hope not, because alcohol can lead you to say things and do things that you really wish you hadn't. Isn't this what you're supposed to say?
I know.
So if any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't. I'd do anything to keep you safe.
Okay, I will.
I hope this is working.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you.
Ryan,
Yeah?
So start the conversation even before they're teenagers.
Good idea.
For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Welcome back to Brooklyn on the Bench. I am Honorable Judge Brooklyn Monson. We will now hear arguments each team has prepared, but first we will swear each person in with our handy-dandy mousecatool.
Your hand upon the book. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you the self-care for the college students?
Yeah.
Mr. Houchin, place your hand upon the book. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth upon the self-care for the college student?
Sure, yes.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Defense, proceed when ready.
Everyone, members of the fine jury again, Aiden Mortensen, TV lawyer, part-time fry cook, full-time lover, owner of possibly the greatest late-night television show commercial of all time. Let's play that again. Let's play that again for the people. And I can play it. There we go.
I love that you cover.
Do you have trouble with the law? Whether it be drunk driving, tax fraud, or murder, the law firm of Mortensen, Mortensen has you covered. Call 555-LEGAL to have your case heard. Again, that's 555-LEGAL to have your case reviewed by our stellar one-man team.
Now, Honorable Judge Brooklyn, they say that my client covered this car in baloney, but again, I restate the fact that this case is baloney. As talking to my client in between this, we came to some shocking revelations about this case. First of all, my client would have rather used cheese instead of bologna, a fine charcuterie board of a car. In the end, I feel like if we were to do some cheese there, it's like a pepperoni pizza. And who does not love pepperoni pizza? I know I love it. Do you guys love it? Can I get that right? You love it, cameraman?
Yeah.
Yeah! But, as you can see, everyone loves pepperoni pizza. And who doesn't love a car that looks like that? We've all seen the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. People love that hot dog-based car. So what if we were just trying to drive up the business for Mr. Thorne's DoorDash? Who doesn't want to be delivered pizza by the pizza car? And furthermore, we have no concrete evidence of when these pranks took place. Mr. Thorne, do you have a rebuttal to that?
Your Honor, yes, we do. We have physical evidence on the car of stains from the bologna, and I believe images that we've submitted to the court where, yes, there are, in fact, damages done to the vehicle, let alone the proof of circular bologna stains upon the window and otherwise.
Mayhaps I see the images
Yes, Lawyer Bone. Mayhaps she see
in that binder over there.
in the binder.
See, right there. It's indisputable.
I think it's still pretty disputable, Your Honor, as that was not, in fact, the images. That was a blank piece of paper. That's a score chart for football. That was the rushing yard side. I remember it very well. Now, they may have those pictures that they say they do, but they never told us when these pranks occurred. Now, when did they occur, Lawyer Bone?
You are mistaken. He did, in fact, say when they occurred because during your opening statement, which you questioned my client, which is somewhat odd, I find, you did, in fact, ask him when. And he did say it was within the last couple of weeks during the colder times so that the bologna did, in fact, freeze.
Your Honor, my client is shaking his head no over there. And he swore on the book.
Objection.
He swore on the book!
He may shake his head, but that may be because he believes his own lies.
Objection sustained.
Ah, I rest my case.
Thank you. And now for the prosecution. Proceed when ready.
Your Honor, what have we here? A pizza car? Really? A pizza car. The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile works because it's in the shape of a vehicle. Who drives a pizza?
Objection, Your Honor. I have seen plenty of food-based cars in my time. Look at SpongeBob. He drives a burger around. What is stopping Mr. Thorne from driving a pizza around? I am incensed with the nonsense of Mr. Bone.
Your Honor, if I may, if you decided the wheels were pizza, maybe I would be with you. The entire vehicle of pizza? What are we, flying saucers and aliens?
Okay, order. Objection sustained. Please continue.
Your Honor, you may love the pizza mobile. The fact is, the evidence is clear. There's bologna strewn about upon the vehicle of my client. It has left its damages in the vehicle. Upon the windshield, my client may not perform his civic duty as a DoorDasher. Now, the damages caused by Mr. Houchin are direct. He, in fact, is the individual who has done this. Simply look at our defendant. Hidden in lies, behind the shades, behind the hat, behind the long hair.
Give my defendant some privacy.
Behind the facade, if you will. Houchin did, in fact, inhibit my client's ability to be his civic duties. A cone in the bed, a clear sign that you will be dead and orange come late night.
Objection, Your Honor. There's no scientific research that dead people turn orange when they die. Think about that one for a second.
Yeah, the only orange person I know is Donald Trump. So, let us continue.
Who's to say he's not dead inside?
Uh,
Well, Your Honor, it is clear to me and to the people, really, that Mr. Houchin has done these things. Our defense is that he would have done cheese instead. Your Honor, as a vegan, as he so claims, cheese. Really? Really? Your Honor, they're trying to deflect the problem. I believe, and I know, that it is in fact Mr. Houchin who has done these horrific civic acts to my client.
Objection, Your Honor. My client has never seen a car like that. Where are you going to see a car shaped like pizza and that looks like pizza? That wasn't me. That wasn't him.
Mr. Lawyer, sir, you drew that car.
No, I didn't. I don't have hands.
Okay.
Your Honor, I rest my case. I rest my case.
Now that we have heard arguments from our prosecution and defense, we will take a 2-minute recess.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner!
Go?
Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there.
Joining me today to help illustrate the critical importance of contacting 811 before you dig is my alter ego, Micro. Can you hear me down there?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I am not having a good time.
Oh, what's the problem, little buddy? Well, for starters, I'm in a sewer. Yeah, been there, done that.
Something's wrong down here. Hey, wait, whoa.
Oh yeah, that's just another guy who started to dig before he called 811.
You smell that?
Welcome back to Brooklyn on the Bench. I am the Honorable Judge, Brooklyn Monson, who is very honorable. Yeah. We will now hear the rebuttals of each side in this case of Houchin versus Thorne. Defense?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Honorable Judge Monson, they have called me and my client liars, filthy thieves in the night. Now, as a renowned, world-famous TV late-night lawyer, did my commercial ever say that I am a liar? Play that commercial again. Let's see.
Do you have trouble with the law? Whether it be drunk driving, tax fraud, or murder, the law firm of Mortensen, Mortensen has you covered. Call 555-LEGAL to have your case heard. Again, that's 555-LEGAL to have your case reviewed by our stellar one-man team.
Now, as you can see in that commercial, Honorable Judge Brooklyn, ladies and gentlemen at home, nowhere in that commercial does it say I'm a liar. It says I'm a hard-working individual. I'm living the American dream for myself and my clients. I am the human personification of the Great Gatsby, minus the death and the death in the swimming pool and running people over. That hasn't happened yet, but it could. Now, we have established that my client did do these pranks. That has been an established fact. But, according to a 2015 Canadian Supreme Court ruling, let's draw that up there, get that nice maple leaf. Oh, Canada, my home and native land. They ruled in 2017 that it's just a prank, bro, is in fact a legal defense. So I look to you now, Lawyer Bone and Representative Thorne. It's just a prank, bro. I rest my case.
Those were some moving words. Prosecution?
Your Honor, it is in fact just a prank. That's how it all starts. That's how everything starts. And where a simple prank may in fact be harmless. Perhaps the banana in the tailpipe, which we all know my client did in fact do. However, do we know the banana in the tailpipe causing damage to Mr. Houchin's vehicle? No. No, it did not. Simply a good morning breakfast on his way to work. Harmless. That is, in fact, just a prank.
Objection, Your Honor. My client's car exploded following the banana in the tailpipe and killed 5 children.
Objection denied. Continue.
You saw the news story.
5 dead children? Where?
And he doesn't like bananas in his tailpipe either. So spaketh the horse.
Fair enough. You may not like it, but that is, in fact, a harmless prank. Compared to our baloney damages, it is in fact illegal to drive impeded on your windshield. My client needs a clear windshield to drive safely on our roads in Cedar City, let alone the ice and the deep gutters, let alone the Utah's risky weather. We need not baloney upon our vehicles. We need not cones in our bed. Where things may be just a prank, Houchin did not consider the consequences of his actions, of which would harm my client, and as a result, the society of Cedar City, all our citizens, in need of food, in need of the DoorDash, in need of fast food that they will refuse to go get themselves. Your Honor, Caden did in fact cause harm to my client. Did in fact cause harm to the Cedar City population as a whole. Those looking for the food. Those looking for sustenance. There's nothing that can be said to defend Mr. Houchin in that. I rest my case.
Thank you for your arguments. We will now take another brief recess before we reach our verdict.
For too many people, this can be the gateway to opioid addiction.
My son was in pain. He needed something after surgery.
I was prescribed opioids. I didn't realize the risk.
Our family was changed forever by opioids.
Meet 3 everyday Americans whose lives were devastated by opioid addiction.
Everyone says, it can't happen to me.
It can't happen to me.
It can't happen to me.
Tell that to my son.
Tell that to the 3 million people who become long-term opioid users every year after surgery. The truth is, we didn't know we had options other than opioids after surgery, but now we do.
I never thought addiction would be part of my life story, but it is.
Visit planagainstpain.com/gateway to hear their full stories and learn about non-opioid options for managing pain after surgery.
Welcome back to Brooklyn on the Bench, where I, the Honorable Judge Brooklyn Monson, am very honorable. Before I give my final verdict, we will hear our closing arguments from both sides. Mortensen, you have the floor for very, very few amount of seconds.
Thank you, Judge Monson. I'll make this fast. If we look over here to the evidence board, this is Chewbacca. Now, Chewbacca is an alien in the Star Wars universe. Chewbacca lives on Endor. Endor is also made up of tiny little bears. Now, why would Chewbacca want to live with tiny little bears when he himself is a much bigger bear man? Now, that doesn't make sense. You know what else doesn't make sense? This case. Now, if Chewbacca living on Endor does not make sense, then you must acquit. I rest my case.
Mr. Bone, now you.
Wow. There you have it. The raving antics of a rambling lunatic.
Objection, Your Honor. Slander.
Objection denied. I agree.
I understand that it seems far-fetched. Baloney, traffic cones. Was it illegal to steal the traffic cone? Who knows? The simple fact is that Mr. Houchin, while the average citizen, a simple prank, can lead to nothing but friendship. Houchin has done the opposite, has led a simple prank war to a rift between lovers and a rift between a man and his job. I rest my case.
I'm not average. Very below. So spaketh the man himself. Take that into consideration with your judgment.
Okay. Well, I will now give my verdict on the case of Houchin versus Thorne. In this very, very difficult case and very comical case, I have to say that I decide that the defendant is guilty and will be taken away for further questioning and to extreme imprisonment for forevermore. So take him out, take him out. Leave the mic here. Well, thank you for joining us this week on Brooklyn on the Bench for the first episode. Until our next case, I'm Honorable Judge Brooklyn Monson. See you next time.